We just came back from our first ever Star Wars Unlimited local. Had a great time there. Happy May the 4th. A little late probably by the time this comes out because we're filming this on May the 4th.
And May the 4th be all with all of us.
Yeah. So, how did you guys feel? Because it was I know it was Tori's first ever local, Claire's first Star Wars Unlimited local, my first Star Wars Unlimited local.
Yeah.
First local in Indie for me, you know, technically for you too, Tori. So, how'd you feel about that?
I wasn't nervous or anything. I was super nervous.
Yeah.
I was excited to see that there was one other female, somebody's daughter, that was there, and it was cool. And I did get to match up against her, and she was very good, and it was nice. And I even said, I was like, it's nice to have another female here. And she was very shy, but it's okay. I really liked her. She was cute. I thought it was pretty cool. I wasn't exactly sure how it was going to go down. And then when the guy was explaining it, and then it didn't work out exactly that way, and we had to do like a restart type of thing, that was kind of interesting, but I did get much more relaxed as it went through.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I thought I had a great time. I met a lot of really cool people.
Yes.
So the entire time, I started playing Star Wars Unlimited on May the 3rd. Which was yesterday. Great time learning it on the spot. Clay made me a deck in 20 minutes.
I did. And what you wanted was funny because I was like, that's describing a different leader, but we'll keep it with the Luke.
So actually that brings us to something before we get really into the nitty gritty of the community out there. I was playing a loot deck. You were playing a
Iden Versio. Battlefront 2, I gotta represent.
And then you played a
Leia Organa.
Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty sick. So we had a pretty big diverse, and honestly, the players there were pretty diverse. I know the top end, all the top 3 or top 5 was all Vaders.
Yep.
A lot of Vaders. It was best of 1, so everyone was really aggro. But it's still a really good time, I think. So
I thought I was going to see more Sabine. I thought I was going to see more Leia because I didn't go against one single one.
I didn't hear any other Leias. And then I also heard other people say that they were going up against a lot of Sabines, but I never played any.
Where were they at?
I don't know. We didn't play them.
Did you play a Sabine?
No, it was all Vader.
I played a Sabine.
Lot of Vader.
There was one Sabine. So if you weren't on my table, which was doubly known as the losers table. So yeah, he didn't win a single game. He went 0-5.
Yeah.
And he said he probably won't play this game for a couple months.
Oh no!
I was the last one to play him, and I felt bad.
Listen,
I didn't know it was that serious.
Wait, did he say it before?
No, he said it after.
Okay.
And I felt really bad because he said it to me. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we got the dog going off.
Yeah. Merlin was upset.
Besides that, though, community was great. People had a really good time. I met a lot of dads, a lot of older people.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised by that.
So,
when I mentioned to my parents that that's what we were doing because they were watching Merlin, they were like, "Oh, so you played against a bunch of kids?" I was like, "No, actually, we didn't. There were a lot of people that were older than us."
Yeah. What about? Did you meet anyone cool, Clay? Any cool experiences?
I met a couple guys from Chicago that drove all the way down because they were going to 2 tournaments here in Indy, and then they were going to drive all the way back in one night. So they were, they were very quick of like what they wanted to do because they had to go on to the next thing, and they were really cool to talk to because one guy was wearing like a Weezer shirt, and his brother was like a sound technician for like concerts all in the Chicago area, and I was like, I was just asking him questions about different bands, and that was kind of cool, very lighthearted, but very focused, laser focused when it came to the game.
Oh yeah. Did you? I know you said you met that girl. Anyone else really cool?
Oh yeah, the first guy that played up against me, he did not make me feel any better about playing at first. He just like very focused and was very aggressive and was like, no, okay, so we're gonna continue on. And I was like, oh, okay, so you're like playing this to really win. And there were some other casual people, but he was not. Yeah. But then after every other round that we played, he would always come by and check in on me. And I thought that was pretty cool. So it changed my mind.
Yeah, I saw that table, and that guy at any given time had like at least four triggers going off with Darth Vader or whatever dark side unit that he's using. He was very power gaming.
Yes,
by level
he
5 or
was.
6. And it was intense to look at.
I mean, the tournament we went to is May the 4th, so it's one of the bigger tournaments for the event for the Star Wars Unlimited. It's like the big Star Wars day. So they did have a cash prize or a big box prize, and it was a $15 buy-in, which for me, as I played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! And other TCGs like Vanguard and Flesh and Blood, typically it's $5 for $15 is like pretty steep for a cash buy-in.
Right.
I know these boxes are expensive from what I hear. So and they were giving out a whole bunch of boosters. I think we got like 12 total.
Demand is high, supply is low, and we're waiting, for a few weeks now, probably more, to receive reprints of that first box and new box.
So, and one of the things is, I think it was my game 2 or game 3. I played against one of the guys you played against with Big Beard, who's a Chewbacca player, and I've played Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot. I've done a huge amount of combo moves. I've never felt that rushed in my life. Guy was really cool after the game, but he was like, and I love the fact that he did this. He was straight up. He's like, "Hey, this is big prize game today. Like, so I gotta go fast." I was like, I respect it 100%. Me, a brand new player, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go a little bit slower, but I tried my best, kept up with him, and we finished in like 15 minutes because he swept me. But I did feel like I feel like I played respectfully for like the amount of time I played. He was like, "You did great." I was like,
well, I saw what he was doing. He's basically playing a bunch of Sentinel units, just building wall here, and they fetch him cards. He gets to pick up those cards once he knows what the top card is. He'll be like, "Is this, resource 5?" And boom, goes into his hand.
So it was a really cool combo, and I felt like I learned a lot from him as well as a couple of the other players I played.
Yes.
And everyone there was so cool about like what I think if you ever go to a local and you don't know the card game, same with Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, Flesh and Blood, Magic, be honest with your like knowledge level. Because if you go there and you're pretending you're a hot shot and you don't know the ruling, you're gonna be a weirdo. And you don't want to be in that position where like people are gonna call you out on that. So
don't feel rushed too. If someone's rushing, like they already have their game plan set. There's no time limit other than the time limit on the screen. So really think about your moves. They're not gonna judge you. That he actually complimented me after he beat me on my game. He's just like, "You played that really well," you know. And then I also complimented him on his deck. If you want to meet people at locals, compliment them on their deck. Like, "Oh, that's a really good leader or commander." "Oh, I didn't think about playing that base," and then they'll immediately open up.
Yeah,
it's a really nice icebreaker. How about you?
Yeah, I also thought it was really interesting how many people already had like tokens or counters that they had made or had friends who 3D printed something for them, and that was really fun to see, like all the extra stuff.
It was like a really nerdy version of cribs, like MTV cribs when you're like opening up your box.
Yeah,
one
that
of the
was
guys
pretty cool.
Had those metal counters, and it was made by the same company that does Flesh and Blood counters. I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but
I think I even told you. I was like, those look familiar. I think they use these.
Yeah, so I love seeing shit. I love accessories and stuff like that for my card games. I have a couple 3D printed things, these for health counters and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's just, I love, I definitely want to go again to that store or a couple other ones in the area because I hear there's a couple other places that do Star Wars Unlimited, and we are in the Indianapolis area, so Indy area, whatever you want to call it. I'm new here. So
you're officially a Hoosier.
Officially. So it's been really cool to be here in this little card area.
So what were your better matchups versus your not so good matchups, you would say? You were running Luke, so you're playing shields.
I played Luke, and it was definitely like a Chewie deck with Luke Skywalker, but that's what I want to play, and I had a blast with that. I thought it was a really well-made deck. Thank you, Clay.
Thanks.
But
I literally threw it together. I'm like, dude, you're going to ramp and put shields down. Let's go.
But I think my favorite matchup was some guy was playing this really top-end deck. I think he was like number 4 number 5 at our 38-person local tournament, and he it was all like, all of his cards were 8 cost or more, and I just was holding on for dear life the whole time. I was just like not letting go, and it was a blast because the guy, like, he was like, "You played that really well for what you have," and I was like, "Thanks, man. Like, I tried my best. All right, like, I was top decking everything I needed." Outside of that, I won the Sabine matchup, so that was cool. So outside of that, I just need to learn the game more. I need to play the game. I need to go to my local more. And I definitely feel like I want to get more of these cards once they drop in price. When that happens,
Maybe we can also film a draft in the future. That'd be really fun.
That'd be cool, a little box draft or something.
Yeah, I would like that.
So what about you? What are your better matchups versus your not so good matchups? You would say for your deck?
Boba Fett I got wiped with, which I knew that was going to be a tough one because that's what you usually played against my Leia's.
Hard counter.
Yes, so that one was tough. There was a Vader one that was a little bit easier than the other Vader that I played. The last one, he was getting pretty sweaty. I was keeping him on his toes with that, but he did win on that one.
Yep.
And then Krennic also too was a good matchup. And I noticed with my Leia deck, which we've already made changes to now, even after just thinking like there, that it really, she does great in the beginning with the cards that I have, but then it was later game that I was needing to, I need bigger units coming out.
Yep.
So I noticed that.
I like your terminology there because if you can't win the matchup, just think of Joey Wheeler. At least make them sweat.
Yes.
A little bit. Make them into Kaiba. Be like, at least I had you that one round.
Yes, and then I got a lot of like good games. Like they were even saying like I'm drawing the good stuff, and it seems like you didn't draw all the ones that you need. And I was like, no, I didn't draw everything that I really would have liked, but it's okay. I got him a little sweaty, and that's what I wanted.
I kept the Darth Vader in check with Ida Versio. I think if I were to run it again, I'd run pure blue. So for more control, more removal, but Darth Vader really was a powerhouse going into the back half of any given game, and I wasn't doing enough damage. But the main Darth Vader that killed me was actually Darth Vader, a red card called Forced Surrender, and it made me dump my hand 2 rounds in a row because I used it twice. Yeah, it was rough. I was like, oh, my cards.
Yeah, I think everyone's running that right now, and it's a pretty good card in the meta. From what I see, I feel like every Darth Vader I saw had that card, but that might just be our local scene. I haven't done too much research in the meta here. I'm definitely going to do more. It's cool that this is the first local that I've been to in Indy since I just moved here, 2-3 weeks ago. And I don't know, I had a great time. I think it's a super fun game. Community is amazing, at least the ones that I've met. And all the shop owners too. Because every time my thing is, I always go to my board game store, my local card shop, my local whatever, and I just try to talk to the owner or the manager or whoever's working there, because that's their job. They want to have you in there. They want to have you doing those community events. And I just talked to him. He was like, yeah, man, we do Star Wars Unlimited. And I mean, we were just going there for some minis, or we were looking at some other stuff, and just got to talking to him before you showed up, and he was like, yeah, just come by tomorrow and we'll do May the 4th game, and it's gonna be a bunch of people. There's like 10 slots open left, and we filled up 30 already. I was like, let me call the boys up and girl, and let's get the squad going. So
Inferno Squad, right? Item players.
The 3 of them. So but yeah, I had a great time at the local. I think overall, I'd probably say 9 out of 10. I did have one weird interaction at the very beginning, first 2 minutes. Some guy showed up and was like, hey man, how long have you been playing Star Wars Unlimited? It got a little awkward there, but ain't nothing but water off a duck's back. Just kept rolling.
And you're like, what is today?
Yeah. So just had, we actually ended up playing in a later set. I went 2 and 3 or something like that. Played him and lost the game, but we had a really good time. Talked to him a lot, and so hopefully I get to see him again in one of these locals around here.
Excellent, yeah, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah. I would definitely go again. I'm excited to go again.
Yeah.
And I think the one really nice thing about Star Wars Unlimited is nobody can have played for very long yet. It just came out in March, so it's not like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or even Magic, where there's a whole backlog of stuff that you're not going to know about.
But they did start playing a month before that, maybe even a month and a half before that online.
Oh, yeah,
they
that's
get
true.
a little bit of a head start, but I mean, they don't got that card yet, do they?
Yeah.
We'll see when we get up on that line. We'll see what really matters, right? I'm just saying. You know, I play to win.
So I was just like, oh, you didn't draw your second Avenger, huh? I'm like, I only have one.
So, would you go again, Clay?
Absolutely, I would go again.
Alrighty. But
I'm coming after you, Vader. I'm coming after you, Father. All right. Vader Green has nothing on me. Vader Blue, different story. I don't want to talk about Vader Blue.
But I think that's most of our sort of feelings on the local scene. I had a great time at it. I definitely recommend it to everyone who's if you've never gone, if you're thinking about going, definitely I recommend going. You meet a whole bunch of new people. If you're in a new city, great way to make new friends. Go once or twice and all of a sudden you got a couple numbers in your phone and you're meeting up on the Saturday, just playing at some dude's house, having a good time. A couple brewskis.
I'm sorry,
going.
were you going to actually play or were you going to just get digits?
Both.
Bold.
No, I don't have a hairline yet, you can see. But that's besides the point. I think that's going to do it for us. Make sure you like and subscribe. Throw down a comment if you can. It helps us tremendously.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And hit us up on all our socials. Twitter, whatever. They know them all. That's going to be down below. And have yourselves a great rest of your day. Happy May the 4th.
Yes.
Long live the Empire.
Live long and prosper.
Yep. Okay.